SAP 13 looks like. So this is the document that is completed when goods are, or evidence is handed into the SAPS. Am I correct?
I think they call it the exhibit register or something like that.
It's SAP 14, yes.
SAP 14?
Yes.
Oh, thanks for the correction. Now, if you look at 160, the first entry, it refers to...
I seem to recall that the exhibit register is SAP 13, 13.
Oh, no, yeah, it's SAP 13 and 14.
Oh, and 14.
13, yes.
Okay.
The other one is where you book. The other one is where you book a person inside. The other one, that's where you keep evidence and whatever.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. So if we start at 160, I see that it references case number 692, Benoni, and I think you are aware of this case. I think it is referred to as the smoking. Anyway, it's the case where members of the EMPD confiscated cigarettes from a shop owner. And this was on the 6th of July, 2022. And those officers were Keisha Lee Stolz, Adrian Mackenzie, and I think, is it Constable Twala? You are aware of that case?
Yes, I became aware when there was a complaint. I think it was after 6 months or 9 months when IP came to me that there was this case that happened. There's a complaint that came to us.
Yes.
And
So I just wanted to understand that you recall the case, and then we confirm that what we have at 160 is the SAP 13 completed in respect of the cigarettes that were confiscated. You see, under description there, or the third column, it reads for 3.1 in respect of item 3.1, and 3.1 requires a detailed description of exhibits property. And what's listed there is box with mix of sharp 777 mega, and another entry F1 and Malimbo. You see what it reads? It's about the cigarettes being registered in the...
Yes, this F1 and Malimbo, it's cigarettes.
I beg yours?
This F, I know sharp, but I don't know mega and F1. But I was saying it's cigarettes,
yes,
according to IPT.
So this SAP 13 tells us that those cigarettes that were confiscated at that store are then entered into the SAP 13. And if you go to the next column, it lists there 4.1, Constable Bafana, EMPD TMU.
It's page 161.
160. We're still on the same page.
Oh, the next column.
The next column,
oh,
yes. You see there written in by hand, Bafana Constable EMPD TMU, under item 4.1, and that is described as the name and address of finder.
Yes.
Do you see that?
It's
If you look before the name Bafana Constable, there is a number 4.1. And below that, there'll be 4.2, 4.3.
which column?
The fourth column. Remember, the first column is the date and the case number.
Case 1907. Okay, yes, I see that. Then captured by, it's OP number 46.
Which page are you at?
160.
The fourth
4.1,
column.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I can see.
Okay. So then, in the fourth column, you see the first entry reads 4.1. So item 4.1, Bafana Constable, EMPD, TMU. And if you look above that, the typed descriptions, it says 4.1 must indicate the name, address, and address of finder. You see that?
Yes, yes.
So this is, as we understand, how an SAP 13 is completed. So the finder being the police person who, in this case, the police station, and complete or have completed this entry, identifying identifying the goods that were seized and indicating who booked them in. Is that how it is that your understanding of how it works?
That it's an SAPS 14, that's what I see. It's an SAPS document, it's not our document. But it's mentioned, when you read 4.1, it says how it must be filled. I will follow that.
Yes, and in this instance, 4.1 is the name and person of finder. It reflects Constable Bafana EMPD TMU, right?
Yes, you're correct.
So yes, the document is a SAPS document, but it must be completed when the goods are handed in at the police station, and in this instance, they were handed in by Constable Bafana,
You are correct.
and he completed this, right? Now, if you then go to 248,
sorry,
Yes.
Ms. Sello. And Bafana is the first name, eh? The surname is Twala, is that not so?
Yes, it's the officer that I forgot his name yesterday. You are correct.
Oh, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Also, he called himself Bafana Constable. It ought to have read Twala Constable, but he does indicate that he's from the EMPD, and you confirm that's the same person. So then, if you go to page 248, which is where we started.
But when you complete this document, you
Okay.
complete it with an SAPS member with you.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, before you turn to 248, sorry, Joy, before you turn to 248, please complete that thought. You were saying before, you say you complete this document?
Usually when EMPD members
Yes.
or other security companies are completing, they are completing it assisted by SAPS.
Yes.
Because remember, in our college, we are not trained to.
Yes.
It's an SAPS document. But as an arresting officer, you must book whatever evidence that you're having to. But when you are giving that same, when you are bringing in the evidence, the person who's with you, because the receiver is SAPS, they must also count with you, whatever
Yes.
that you're putting, so that they can sign.
I don't have it. I agree with that.
Okay.
That's how we understood the process to work as well.
Okay.
And I do confirm that that's an SAPS document. So then we go to 248. You remember the OB entry? And the second entry there, number 460. The first is 459. I think it just scribbled, reported. The next entry, 460 at 1410. It's
Sorry,
listed.
Advocate.
Yes.
Sorry, Commissioner. That's why I was asking, whose OP is this? Because I see it's having SAPS members here.
It's not the EMPD OB.
Oh,
No.
okay. Now I get to know.
You remember?
I was confused.
Okay, let me start. We said this case, you said you are aware of the case where EMPD members confiscated cigarettes from a store. You are aware of that
Yes,
case?
IP confronted me with this, yes.
So the two documents we are looking at are SAPS documents where when the evidence, the confiscated goods were submitted to SAPS as evidence.
Okay.
That's all that these documents reflect.
And if you look just above the 248, the red 248, you'll see it says SAPS 10. So it is indeed a SAPS document. Far right hand,
Top.
SAPS 10.
No, I saw.
All
Yes, in fact, we are using the same documents as I've said yesterday that we don't have SAP 14. We go to SAPS and ask because we don't have a system. We are using the same. That's why I was asking because the names that I see and I say it's the names of people that are in SAPS. That's why I wanted to be sure that is it an EMPD, and if it's an EMPD, why it's saving SAPS. But thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Commissioner Mkhwanazi. So then at item 460, which is the second entry at that 248, it reads found property. It reads 248.
Oh, 248, yes, I made it. Yes.
First column, you see, it lists the serial number 459-460, and it goes on. Do you see that?
Yes, Constable Bafana, by Constable Bafana, EMPD handed in. Yes, I can't read. Boxes or cigarette mix. Okay, mix
Okay.
SAP 13692. Yes.
All right. So now these two documents, we know that, or from these two documents, we know that they confiscated these cigarettes, they handed them into, at the police station, the OB entry is there, and in fact that OB entry confirms that it's a mix of cigarettes, and it references the SAP 13 number.
Okay.
Okay. So now, with that understanding, you know Yako Hanekom.
Yes.
He's late, we understand that. But can you explain to the commissioners who Yako Hanekom was and what relationship, if any, you had with him?
Yako was introduced me by our officers. He's an informer. He works with different police and security agencies. But my relationship with him became closer because of the information and working with different. We'll be able to introduce you to some of the units in the province and what that are skilled in terms of different, that are specializing in different fields. When we worked, there's a time where we even tried to do business with him because he was not employed. He depended on us donating monies, or I don't know, maybe he was getting paid because informers, SAPS is paying informers. With us, it's just we are volunteering, you see, where we wanted to sell cars, me and him. In fact, he was selling cars, you see, but his business was very slow on the sidelines. He approached me and said, no. I was selling clothes, but due to COVID, I call it COVID, yes. I'm no longer going outside the country because China and other areas, you see. Then we agreed that I'm going to give him money, then at least we'll try to, he was buying cars through Facebook. He was very good at cars, then he painted, put fresh rims, part tires, and they were selling very fast. Then I invested something like 100,000 to him. I gave the money that I had from selling clothes. I waited for COVID and so that I go back when I was still this junior officer to sustain myself or my family. But along those lines, he disappeared immediately after giving him money for a week or two. But I was very close to his family. They had 2 kids and the wife. He used to come to my family. Then I approached the wife. The wife said to me, no, Nduna, I forgot to tell you, sir. Yako is in drugs. You see, he told me that you are starting a business, you want to create, want to paint, renovate. That's what he was doing, very slowly. But because of addiction, he couldn't push. I said, no. You see what's going on.
No, I'm just thinking, perhaps you don't need to give us that much of detail.
Indeed,
It's
Chair.
more about, did you know him? How did you know him?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, I knew him.
Yes, I know him. Yes, yes.
We became business associates. I think that's enough.
But yes, Chair, but he continued to give all the units and work with other people in terms of information.
And also that he was an informer or informant.
An informer.
That should be enough, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't hear the last words, Chair.
I was saying, and that he was an informer or informant. And I think that sums it up.
Yes, yes, yes.
Indeed.
Yes, Mr. Sello.
Thank you. So you refer to him as an informer, and I take it that he provided information relevant to the EMPD and so far as crime prevention is concerned. Would I be correct?
Yes, Commissioner.
Was he involved in, or did he own a private security firm, or was he in any way associated with such a firm? And if so, what company was that?
I won't know, but he was working with different companies. You see, every time when you meet him, he will come with companies or different people who are in security. I'm not sure what type of company or which company did he work with.
Okay.
But I know that he was very busy in security industry. Very, very busy in security industry.
So as you knew him, did he have powers of arrest? Could he arrest people? Could he confiscate any illicit goods found and cause them to be entered into the SAP 13 or the OB as we have just gone through it?
Yes, I can't answer that.
I say, as you know, knowing his role,
No,
would you consider him to have been legally authorized to do so? You are a commissioner, you are a senior member of the EMPD. And what I'm trying to do is try to understand whether Mr. Hanokom was like me. I think you will accept that I possibly don't have powers of arrest and I can't go be confiscating goods on behalf of any unit within the police. So I want to know whether you understood him to be in the same position as I, or any Joe Soap, a civilian, or did he occupy any preferential position that gave him powers that the rest of us did not have?
No, he worked with officers, SAPS and EMPD. When they confiscate or when it comes with information, he will work with them. But I've never been in the place where he writes an OP, because I'm not part of those operations where I write an OP.
Okay, I accept
I was never in that space with him.
Okay, I accept you worked with them, but then I would be correct to conclude that you didn't understand that he had certain powers and authority to confiscate illegal goods if located.
Yes, let me say so.
Okay. Now, insofar as the unfortunate death of Mr. Mbense, which you dealt with Advocate Mkhwanazi last year, you filed a statement. You were requested, and you did file a witness statement.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Now, I would like us to look at that witness statement then so I can obtain clarity. For that purpose, I would like us to go to the exhibit bundle. And your statement in the exhibit bundle is annexure CJC 151. And that should start at page 151, should start at page 77. And commissioners, this was just for convenience, we extracted, you may scribble on that this is Masuku Annexure NMP5 Roman 5. We just extracted it from Ms. Masuku's file. for convenience. Are we at page
NMP?
NMP 5, in parentheses, Roman 5?
Thank you.
It starts at page 77, and it's preceded by the usual, I think, warning statement and a form setting out procedural aspects. But your actual statement is to be found at page 92.
Yes.
And at page 93, there is a signature at the bottom there. You confirm that's your signature.
Yes. In fact, that's my statement.
And you confirm that this is your statement that
This
you
is my
filed in this
handwriting,
matter.
yes.
It's not a long statement, and I would propose that perhaps I read the aspects that are relevant for my purposes. I will skip the first paragraph because that's the paragraph that deals with your position, your name, and your other personal details. I then move to the second paragraph, starting with the words early last year, right? You see where I'm reading?
Yes.
Okay. Then it reads, early last year, I was woken up by Mr. Yako around 2 a.m. in the morning telling me to come and see the success of the truck that was recovered in Brakpan or Springs area. I woke up and drove to the area next to informal settlement. He was directing me because I was getting lost, but I arrived. Just a few questions for clarification. The Mr. Yako you referred to there is Yako Hanekom.
Hanekom, yes.
Yes,
Chair.
Then you continue on your next paragraph. On my arrival, I found many vehicles marked and unmarked, including those of private individuals like his, which was red, parked next to the house. He collected me from the vehicle to the house yard next to the gate, where he showed me the white truck with canopy, which was opened in one side, but dark inside. One couldn't see what was inside the truck as he was pointing at it. He told me everything was sorted and managed. The next paragraph, I got frustrated and called him aside because we were standing next to ±9 white males next to the gate. I must mention I shouted at him for waking me up for other law enforcement operation, which was not EMPD, and to tell me everything was sorted. We stood outside the gate for minutes. Then I started to move towards my vehicle, but I suspected that they wanted to take stuff from the truck. I drove towards the next street where he noticed that I am still there parked. He came with his, I think it's big car, and informed me that everything is in order. I then left because I was working the same day, and then it signed. Now, as you have testified, you were called by Mr. Hanekom around 2 a.m. in the morning, telling you to come see the success of the truck that was recovered in Brakpan. Recovered by who?
The only time I became aware, it was the early hours when I was there. What happened before that, I was not there.
No, you say here he called you to come and see the success of the truck that was recovered. And my question is, the truck referenced here was recovered by who?
He told me, but I don't know who recovered the truck.
Okay.
Yes, Commissioner.
You then said you went to the place, you met up with him, and overleaf, you say, I shouted at him for waking me up for other law enforcement operation, which was not EMPD. That's what you write.
Yes.
Which law enforcement operation, which law enforcement entity dealt with this?
Yes, when I was there was SAPS, there was security company, SAPS, EMPD security companies.
SAPS?
Yes, SAPS, let me say so.
Yeah.
Law enforcement agencies, it's SAPS.
Okay.
Yes.
And not,
I think you counted EMPD as well.
Yes, yes, I counted, and security companies, because there were many marked vehicles of different security companies.
Why then do you say it was not an EMPD operation if EMPD were there?
Commissioner, every time when there's SAPS supersedes it's like that, when they're there, they supersede ours. We become, even if I can be a senior, but once SAPS, for example, when you're doing crowd management, they may have a junior officer, but that officer will be a commander, must liaise with him. It's always like that.
But surely that cannot suggest that EMPD is not part of the operation just because SAPS will be running the operation. It doesn't mean that the MPD is not part of the operation.
You are correct, that's why I mentioned it.
So why would you say that it's not an EMPD operation?
No, I was not, no, there's no member of EMPD call me or inform me that there's going to be such an operation.
Must you be told of all operations?
Sorry?
You get told of all operations.
Not all, but sometimes they inform me. Most of the times. Let me say 90% they will
So
inform
that
me.
cannot be an answer then. If they do not tell you about all, it cannot be an answer to say that you had not been told about this one.
I take it, Commissioner.
Thank you.
thank you, Chair. So, and I guess my next question you've answered, based on the Chair's question. You were not aware of the EMPD involvement in this particular operation?
Yes, yes.
So you responded at 2 a.m. to a call by an informer regarding a truck that he had recovered.
Yes, yes.
Why?
Yako will call you at any time, you see, with the positive information. Yako used to have, when I'm saying used to, but I'll say that, when he used to have informations that are correct, good, exactly, and you'll get success out of those operations, of those information that was given. That's why most of police officers or police agencies wanted to work with him, you see. I don't know which skill what skill he was having to get this information, but most of the successes, when you work with him, you'll get successes, you see. And that's how I couldn't, but it was after many calls because I was fast asleep, you see. But when he said, no, there's success, I did know that. When you go to Yako, you'll get something, you see. Then even if you arrive there, you see, you'll be able to wake up and welcome me in there and wake up at what, because there's a success, you see. And you will mention that, no, it's our success. It's not what success, like the one that we call now. It was our success. I was happy that I'm going to wake up. I think it was a Monday, Tuesday, no, let me not mistake. But I will wake up on that day with a good success.
And what were you to do with that success at 2 a.m. in the morning? Were you going to collect the goods?
No, the goods were not collecting them. They are booked.
Now, what were you
TCPs. Intending
to do by
No,
waking up to go there?
You wake up our team of media, wake up our teams to come, and this is a success. And I'm a person who send information to my seniors at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. that we've got this good success. You know, that time I'm a director, we had about either 6, 7 directors. We will always compete, want to outsmart each other, you see. But I know that every time when I give, I was the one that always leading in terms of this information. Because I will sleep, even if it's not, it's about success, Commissioner. I like to put crowd management. They know that when the politician will call or any member of public, if I can wake up, I'll wake up, members will find me there. They know and say, hey, there's this situation. Sometimes they'll find me engaging the protesters, and if it's a spontaneous gathering or a march or protest that, no, spontaneous, most of the protests, they don't apply. They wake up raising their grievances. I will jump and, you see. Then it will be me informing the city or informing